We're going to do a hive inspection. I'm an engineer more than a beekeeper, so I'm going to keep this really simple. First thing we need is fire. Get rid of some dust. Bees don't like it. Get some fire going. Tired. First thing in the morning. I don't think it's fully 10 o'clock yet. But you know, that's life. You've got to inspect the bees. You've got to do it before it gets too hot. Or you can just put the fire out like I just did. No, that's alright. Hey? As you can see, the bottom just fell off my fire stick. My partner's come out to join me. Oops, see how an engineer can mess things up. I don't think there's such a thing as a natural beekeeper. I think some people are just predisposed to do it better than others. But that's the same in all walks of life. I'm trying to get it done as early as I can in the day. It's a Sunday. It's not quite 10 o'clock yet. So I've got a head start on the day. Once you get a bit of smoke going, give your hive a tasters. Yeah. It looks like they're already active. So I'm finished with the fire for now. Plenty of smoke. I brought a tape measure with me just so I can see how long it takes. And I'll put that to one side while it's running open, and we'll see how far we get. There we go, lid off. Oh, I could do with a stand. I could let my partner get the stand for me, because all this bending down first thing in the morning is going to give me pneumonia. There you go. Right, I've got to be careful because the top...
I don't think you want this coffee.
Yeah, I do.
It's got black.
That's alright, I just drank a bit of it. It's got soup in the top for the bees, so I've got to be very careful taking this lid off. Oh, I'm going to need a hive tool. You see, you can be very well prepared, or you can be sort of prepared, or you can be ill prepared. My partner is very prepared and has all the tools I require. So I can't be ill prepared, as it were. Lots of bees. Looks like I've got a pretty good deck of bees there. Right, don't forget you must wear a suit. I got proper undies on today, and I got legs that tie up. So if a bee goes up my legs, I can tie it up and keep safe. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a full stack in the super, so I'm going to drag a couple out. It's not rocket science. The queen can't get in the top, so I just want to do a quick assessment in the top. Plenty of syrup, which I would expect because they are pulling it out by the clappers. Bees do that. I'll put it on a rest. I'm not going to put it right up to the frame because then they'll get on the wall of the super. I don't particularly want that. So right, start moving things around. Honey in there. Deformed comb and honey. And by deformed, as I pull this up gently, this is very heavy actually, you can see they're building comb onto the frame below, which means there's now honey pouring into the brood box. And that, my friends, is not good. So I'm not going to do too many of those. That's bound. That's bound. Just going to pull through these. There's one that might come out. Oh, that was stuck to the bottom as well. I don't want to lift it too fast. I don't want to roll the bees. I've got comb on the floor. I've got plenty of stores there. They're starting to cap it off. It's not honey yet. Yeah, they've capped it off, but it's not really ready yet. It's got a lot of moisture in it. Yeah, give it a little while, it'll be fine. This one I think is going to give me a problem, and the problem is I've torn it from the bottom, which I anticipated. Very, very heavy. I've got some brood emerging there, drone brood emerging. And you might ask yourself, why have you got drone brood emerging? I've got curly pearlies and everything. Whoa! But mostly 90% honey. Very, very heavy. It's heavy honey. So I'm going to say really I'm looking at needing to put another super on, because, and I'll put the super underneath this one, and I'll transfer a few frames from this one to a lower super. So I'm going to ask my partner today if we can start looking at getting another super put together and get the frames sorted out for it. I'm going to have to lift this off the brood box. Come on ladies, out of the way. And that is going to be a bit of a pain because I'm going to have honey everywhere. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 original frames. The rest are being filled out very nicely. Now where do I put this? Because the box has got that on it, so I've got to take this off and put it on top of my brood. Da, da, da.
I was going to say,
I'm going to put it on the brood. And then we're going to put the whole thing on the stand. This is going to be heavy. No, I haven't released it. Now just a week ago this wasn't too bad. But I just released it from the queen excluder. It doesn't take much. I'm going to lift and turn and lift. That's about £60. If you would like to give that just a gentle lift to see it. Bear in mind there's 2 litres of soup on top.
Yep, that's pretty much full.
Now then, here I have got a genuine problem. The separation of the super has ruptured many of the cells, so this whole queen excluder has got to be cleaned off before I can put it back in again. I could very easily do damage to the rest of the hive now. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Do you want me to do it while you do if you release it off and then shake the bees off?
My partner's just offered to
I can do it then while you're
going to give it a go at cleaning it up. Just going to break the corners so I can lift it without... They properly lift everything together, as you're aware. That's that red sticky stuff around the edges. I've still got a load of bees on there. I want to send as many bees down as I can. The only reason for smoking them is to get them off the comb, because otherwise they're going to be airborne or dead, but not both. I'm not going to go. I'm going to put that down on the side there. I'm going to tap it. Now we've got a few bees airborne. I've got to watch where I step. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 frames of bees. The outer frames are being ignored. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Come on ladies, I know you're drinking it like it's going out of fashion. Come on. Okay. Frame goes on. I've got bees all over the floor, so I've got to be careful where I walk. Come on ladies. Out of the way. Unused frame. Frame 1 is empty. Frame 2. Come on, out of the way. Out of the way. Frame 2. It's drawn out. Or it's in the process of being drawn out. There's some stores in there, but not a lot going on really. Yeah, I know girls, I know. They get upset. That's not surprising. There we go. Okay, frame 3. Separate it. It's heavy. Lift gently. Check for the queen. I have got, this is a super frame that's been extended by the bees. It's partially a honey store. There's lots of syrup. There's some brood waiting to come out. On this side, brood waiting to come out. Honey store. No sign of eggs straight away. But I might be missing them. Put it back in. Okay, number 4. Not as heavy, very light in fact. That's been drawn out. A frame of curly pearlies. The whole, let me just put this whole section is all curly pearlies. It's larvae. Good sized larvae on both sides. There's some brood ready to emerge. Good sized larvae. A little tiny bit of stores. Don't see the queen straight off. Put them back in. Frame 5. Hey, come on. Stop being, I'm the boss, not you. Come on, get down. Yes, that's honey there and it's yours. But I'm going to borrow you. Oh, this is heavy. Take it up gently. We have lots of food around the outside edge. That's honey store. Here we've got brood, covered brood. And down there we've got eggs. There's a drone. Lots of eggs. So we know we've got an active queen, more than ways than one. Again, honey. Yeah, looking good. Okay, so we've got an active queen. They're putting away plenty of syrup from the top. There's all stages of brood. I'm not seeing any deformed wing or anything. Brood and honey. Bit of a mixture. Turn it over. Drone brood, honey, covered brood, honey. See a line where the wire is there, and they're not laying in that one. No sign of the queen. But there's plenty going on there. She's happy. We're more than halfway through now. This isn't supposed to be a speed run, but there's no point in messing about when you don't need to. I have got stores around the outside edge. I've got covered brood. It's a bit pepper potty. In other words, a bit buckshock. You know, it's all over the place. I've got small curly pearlies down the bottom. Come on, ladies. Small curly pearlies down the bottom. More curly pearlies. Brood about to come out. And supplies. Looking good. Put it away. Okay, here we go. Progressing. Here we go. We have got covered brood left to right, top to bottom, with the odd curly pearly showing. And on the other side, covered brood throughout. Looking good. A few drones, not too bad. This hive started off 2 weeks ago as just about 3 frames of bees in a nuc. And when it got to a full nuc, we moved it into a box. Now 2 weeks later, the box is showing signs of the need for expansion. Brood, curly pearlies, pollen, some drones on the bottom. What's going on down here, girls? Come on, what's going on? Nothing really. Looking on the other side, I have got no sign of the queen, but I've got lots of covered brood. Looking good. Right, 3 frames left to go, and this marathon will be done. Okay, opening her up, very, very light. There's the queen, red dot, lovely big abdomen. I know you can't see it on camera, but believe me, she's there. This frame has got lots of syrup in it. It's got eggs in the middle as well. Strange place to find the queen, where the eggs are. Right, the last 2 frames, I know the last one is empty, I can see that. So we're going to start buttoning it up before we get any damage done. Going forward, I'm looking at putting on another super to give them room. My brood is not quite full yet, but they're having to use some of it for storage, so there's less room for the queen to lay. That's another reason why we want another brood box on here, so that's an objective. Take that off there. Femi has cleaned off as much as she can, and that looks brilliant. It's handy to have a friend or a pal with you sometimes, because sometimes you have to do more than one thing at once and it's difficult. Now for a very heavy lift. This weighs about 60 pounds, and even without the syrup on top, it is heavy. Come on, you, out of the way. Okay, here we go. Back straight up. across and down one side then the other. Whoa, that's heavy. Oh, very heavy. Okay, turning it, smoke. I've got a bit of tree in me here. Oh, I wouldn't have tugged onto that. Let's see how time's going. Yeah, we're doing all right there. Okay, here we go. That looks good. Then we'll put the feeder frame back on. Yeah, big red dot. It's a funny kind of red though, it's not a post office red. Them just asked if I saw the Queen because she was busy working little buns off of my thing. Close it up. See how long we worked? About 50, so that's pretty good. So for a quick hive inspection, one brood, one super and a feeder, that went pretty good. No, we saw loads of curly-pearlies, we saw eggs, we saw the Queen, we saw no deformed wing, there was no jitter on the frames that I saw, although the video might show something later. The super is full, and they're now having to store food in the very bottom reaches, which is limiting the places where the Queen can lay. So we've got a program going forward now. That's it from me. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, say hello. My name is the Beehive Carpenter, and I'm with the apiary shed. See you all again. Many thanks. Bye bye.
Let